Hello, hi, welcome or welcome back to the vlog. Fun one today. We're going on a trip. We've had a good run, haven't we, lately, with a bit of sunshine. If you looked closely, you'd see blue sky. Can you believe? Well, I'm afraid to report, and I don't know how this channel has become the weather network, we're about to be plunged back into the endless grey. So I wanted to do the classic British thing of taking full advantage of mildly temperate weather and go somewhere. I realised I haven't left London in months, and I've got itchy feet, so I want to go exploring. There are so many places in this fair island that I've never been to. And I looked at my calendar and realised I have two things: a completely free day and free will as an adult. So get your shoes on, we're off on a trip. How did I decide where we were going to go? I looked at Google Maps and zoomed out and had two main criteria. It had to be somewhere about an hour outside of London and somewhere that I've never been before. And that's how I settled on Winchester. So two trains left Clapham at the same time, basically. One of them is like 3 minutes quicker and only has 2 stops, but that one was rammed. So I've got on this one, which has a slightly longer route. Uh-oh, editing Dan here, and you know when I interrupt a video, it's not going to go well for past Dan. That statement's about to come back and haunt him, but not before we say a quick thank you to this week's video sponsor, Surfshark. Surfshark is an award-winning VPN, a virtual private network that lets you take back control over how you use the internet and how the internet uses you. Because the sad truth is there are untrustworthy hoodlums out there looking to take advantage of you and your data, which isn't good in any way, except for the fact that it let me use the word hoodlums in 2026. Obviously, when you're out and about on your travels like I am today, you're connecting to public Wi-Fi. You want to be browsing, looking for places to go and get a bite to eat. You want to post updates of that bite to eat. You want to even pay for that bite to eat. And unfortunately for all of us, this is where those hoodlums thrive. Using Surfshark encrypts your data and protects it from the nasties, so it can't be tracked, it can't be hacked, and it can't be snacked upon. I think that works. I also like to use it to change my virtual location, which makes international libraries wide open for you on streaming platforms. It's come to my attention, for reasons that will become clear in this video, that the movie Cabaret is weirdly hard to find on streaming. Right now, it's on iPlayer for a limited time only. But with Surfshark, that's not a problem. If you're a Brit abroad and you find yourself in the mood, just a couple of clicks and willkommen bienvenue, welcome indeed. I've used Surfshark for a few years now. It's across a few of my devices, and honestly, just that little bit of peace of mind that has entered my swirly twirly head is more than worth it. If you'd like to give Surfshark a try, boy do I have a code for you. Just use the code DanielJ at the link surfshark.com/DanielJ for 4 additional months. And there's a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you can try it and see how you vibe. Thank you once again to Surfshark for sponsoring this video and for looking after me on this trip to the dangerous, dangerous land of Winchester. Frankly, phenomenal start. I'm on the wrong train. What happened was, I got to Clapham and I typed in on Citymapper in the tell me where these trains are going, I typed in Winch to get a little list of all the trains that were going to Winchester and seeing which one I could go on. And so I just got on the one that seemed like it was going to be a bit quieter. The reason it's quieter is because it's not going there, is it? It's going Winchfield. This is absolutely grand. All I need to do is get the train to the last stop and then there'll be a train from there to Winchester. At least I'm going in the right direction. This could have been far worse, but we are fine. Everything is in the name of an adventure. When you're having a mooch, nothing is wrong. That's the joy of a mooch. So we've made it to sunny Basingstoke, because I'm an absolute tool. And there are far worse places to accidentally end up when you get the wrong train. The next train to Weymouth is in about like 15 minutes or so, so I'll just jump on that and that stops at Winchester. And I'm only an hour behind schedule. That's absolutely fine. But here's the thing. This sign here says that Basingstoke is the home of Festival Place Shopping Centre. And we know I love a shop. In fact, that's the whole purpose of the endeavour. I'm on an anytime day ticket, so I don't have to get a specific train. So I'm genuinely considering, on the way back, stopping off at Basingstoke. I mean, you might as well. It's the home of the Festival Place Shopping Centre. Okay, I finally made it. Happy days. I immediately need a coffee. And the place that was recommended by I think Visit Winchester was called Rust. Gonna go get that, and then just gonna wander. We're just gonna wander. I think the aim of the game is Charity Shop Central, to be completely honest with you. But we'll follow the nose. We'll see what happens. It's a mooch. Last stop. The plan is there is no plan. The plan is there is no plan. We're following our nose. And maybe the odd recommendation, like this one, which was very good. because Waterstones is a chain. It's not exactly the same. Each shop has its own character and it's a bit different. And also I work in one again now. So, hey, you're on a day off. Why are you going to a Waterstones as soon as you see one? But look at this. Look at this little alcove for the sci-fi. I'm in love. This is so cute. I would love to work in one like this. It's so zen. It's so twee. So in Winchester, it turns out it's very easy to follow your nose and just explore because there are so many little nooks and crannies. Obviously, the first thing I found was a Waterstones. The fun thing about this Waterstones is it was a Hatchards, and I didn't know Hatchards had more than one location outside of London. Hatchards is the oldest bookshop in London. Good for old Mr. Hatchard, I guess. It's so easy to wander around here because there are so many little side streets and everything goes round a corner. It's easy for something to like pop into your peripheral vision and you follow it. So as I was walking down the high street, I spotted just a little alcove and I was like, wonder what's down there. Next to it was this old stone pebble building, which was itself a church. Then a bunch of little cafes that were in this sort of like weird March hazy sunshine, and you've got to follow that. You can't pass that up. And that's how I ended up outside the cathedral. So I'll walk towards that. I've gone around the sides, looked around a little bit. It's no Lincoln Cathedral, but nothing ever is. And then I'll be honest, I saw the sign for a gift shop and I wanted to look in the gift shop, so I followed it. Couldn't find the gift shop, but I did find this little garden, which is so peaceful and really nice. That's why I'm speaking quite low, so as not to interrupt anyone else's piece. But I'm going to sit here for a minute and read a little bit more of my book. Done the full high street, I'm gonna be honest. It's pretty standard. I feel like most high streets are cut and paste. You might have different like aesthetics and architecture, but most high streets in Britain, pretty similar. What I'm looking for is the little cute little indie sort of places, and I found this street. I love that it's got this store. Every town has a sort of like aromatherapy alternative. Could get yourself some jewellery for a nose piercing that will turn your nose green kind of store. We had Salamander in Maidstone. Here they have Arcadia Zone, which I love. This is a little bit more like it. I've worked up an appetite and I'm gonna go and get something to eat, but I don't know where. This little bike shop has a cafe. Maybe here. Maybe this is the vibe.
Be surprised. It's very easy to get avocado toast wrong. They've got this so right.
Well, I'm pretty much at the end of the day. I've done the whole high street. I've gone around a load of little side shops, and I was going to come to the Great Hall and have a little look at the Round Table, which is supposed to be Arthur's Round Table. It's like, I think it's actually Henry VIII or the 7th or someone like that. It's more recent than Arthur, but it's a round table in a big historical city. They're gonna say that it's Arthur's, and it's in this building here, the Great Hall, but unfortunately their card reader is down, so they can't take people paying to go in on card. You have to pay in cash. And I'm a filthy millennial. I haven't seen cash in 72 years, so that's a no-go. But there is a gift shop, oh well, what the heck. As promised, we've made it back to Basingstoke, and I'm going to take my second part of the day, and this could not be a better choice, because immediately, look at the absolute state of the font on this building. Nobody says no to serif and then rounds a letter like 2003, I swear to God. All right, lads, this is it. It's the big moment of truth. Basingstoke's raison d'etre, Basingstoke's peak attraction, the one that they advertise the second you arrive. And let me tell you, if that typeface is 2005, this one is giving beauty influencer circa 2013. Hold your breath, everybody. This could be huge. Gang, I'm not gonna lie.
I love a shopping centre. This has really worked for me. I don't know what it is. I think it's something to do with the artificial light. I think it's a bit endorphin-y. What's the word? Serotonin. It really like pumps a little something in here. Maybe it makes me think of when I was younger. I like just looking at things. I find it quite serene. It's quite big. It's quite open. I fuck with it. Well done, Basingstoke. There is one bit of the shopping centre that I find a bit weird. Like this lovely stretch is very nice. Really nice water stones, well done. It's definitely an old Ottakar's because of the big escalator in the middle of it and the shelves. That's a nerdy thing to know, but it is. However, there is one section of the shopping centre that is, to put it kindly, ropey. What are we doing down there? What happened? Like your pen was running out when you got to that corner. But right now, I think I've officially arrived at Tuck It Out. So I'm gonna go home and I'm gonna show you all the things I picked up on my travels.
Well, we're back. And we had a lovely time on our little jaunt, our little adventure. So I thought I'd do a little Winchester haul. So I went into Waterstones and I wasn't going to get a book. You know, the plan was just to have a little look around them. But then I saw this and it sung to me, Will This Make You Happy? Stories and Recipes from a Year of Baking by Tanya Bush. The brand new cookbook, a hybrid memoir and cookbook about one transformative year of desire, indulgence and dessert. So she starts the year sad and lonely in her kitchen in Brooklyn and she decides to start baking. And I've thought a lot lately about how if things don't pan out the way I want them to, I might run away to the seaside and open a bookshop / bakery. So it was interesting to pick up a book that sort of spoke to that. It reminds me, the little bits I've read so far, of Midnight Chicken by Ella Risbridger, and I absolutely loved that, and I have good feelings about this, so I wanted to buy it. There we go. I went into the charity shops primarily to look for like tap, bric-a-brac they call it, they don't call it tap. Couldn't find anything I wanted, and I didn't want to buy any clothes because we're still going through the whole thing about I don't like my wardrobe, I don't like the way it's fitting on me at the moment, so there's no point in me buying new clothes while I'm still in that mindset. Struck gold when it came to the DVD hype because I found a copy of Practical Magic. This is weirdly hard to come by. I think because it's had its resurgence, everybody wants it. A copy of The Sopranos first series on DVD. We'll try it. If we like it, we'll get season 2. And then the last one, this is a bit personal. It's a copy of Julie and Julia, which I will be giving to my darling friend Chloe because she might already have a copy of it in DVD. In fact, I think she actually does, but this one is different. We both agree that Julie in this film is a bit of a knob, and this copy of the DVD agrees because it features a small little booklet with recipes by Julia Childs, and what it doesn't feature is a small little booklet featuring part of the writings of Julie Powell. So it turns out that this DVD agrees with us that the film should be called Julia. Then I went into CEX and I got myself a copy of WrestleMania 34. I'm rebuilding my wrestling DVD collection. Found that little farm shop, and you can't pass up a farm shop, so I just got us a little strawberry jam. And then the last thing I got was in the gift shop of the Round Table. Obviously it's King Arthur's Round Table. It turns out that they actually think it belongs to Henry VIII instead. When in Henry VIII's town, I got a little mug with the 6 wives. But the reason I got it was partly because it feels relevant. There was a whole thing with 6 recently. We went to see the open dress. It was tremendously entertaining. And it was really fun to see a cast in their first performance of a show in front of an audience. And I felt like part of the theatre community, so that felt really special. So this is a nice little reminder that happened this year. But also, it's thin. Can you hear this? I really firmly believe that a mug that is thinner in the walls will make a better cup of tea. The thicker walls are good for like a cup of coffee. But if you want a proper cup of tea, it will taste nicer when the mug sounds like that. That's my little haul. Thank you for being here for this video. I really had a nice time exploring Winchester. I'm having a lot of thoughts lately about being tied to London and how much I love living here, but how much I wonder what it might be like living a little bit further out, small town. Maybe the lack of frenetic energy might make me feel a little bit better. And after this visit, I don't know that I still feel that way. We're going to unpack that thought a little bit later on. But right now, I've got some food cooking on the stove and I can smell it and I'm bloody starving. So I'm going to go eat that. Where should I visit next? Pop that in the old comments.